My Hebrew Israelites, brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Just want to take this moment to say, Shabbat, the Shabbat that passed was a time when the people called the terrorist group attack Israel. Hamas, they call them Hamas. And, you can always expect something to happen on the day that YAHUAH set aside for his glory and his purpose. And so they were attacked, And my brothers and my sisters, I want to say this, that it's been devastated, very devastated because of the way they attack the people and kill. And the thing about it now is that not only that they are getting killed themselves, but they're causing other people, other people, a lot of the Palestinian people who are not guilty of any wrongdoing. This Hamas group came in there and through hate, they're killing and maiming a lot of people. Okay? All right. So in the earlier part of the day, I talk about, the heart, what the heart does, the evilness of the heart, my brothers and sisters, the evilness of the heart. And let me say this to you, that the heart is desperately wicked based on what Jeremiah 17 verse 9 said. Very, very wicked, my brothers and sisters. And this is the reason why people act the way they do. This is why people act the way they do. And so we just want to thank YAHUAH that for those of us who has been awakened, we have a new heart. Praise his holy name. We have a new heart. He gives us a heart of love and compassion. My brother and sister, a heart that will seek after YAHUAH. Praise his holy name. Seek after him and do his will. So David is talking about confession and prayer. And forgiveness here. And my brothers and sisters, we can see here in this Psalm 32, that we refer to it as similar to Psalm 1, where it says, "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of discomfort." My brothers and sisters, our delight, we think deeply, and his word is Torah. Torah changes our heart. The reason why those people are acting the way they act, because they have not read the Torah. And if they did, it's not doing anything for them. They have not applied it to their ways. All right. So here now we see in Psalm 32 verse 5. And David is saying here, "I acknowledged my sin unto thee, and my iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgression unto YAHUAH, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin." Selah. And it's another stanza, come to another stanza. Verse 4 was a stanza, and it's completed. And then here is verse 5 is another stanza. So we want to look at the word acknowledge here. Yada, to know. Yada. to know. He knows. Right? Yada. Yod, Dalet, and Ayin. Yada. And my brothers and sisters, what he's saying here, he know. The word yada means to know. To know. And when he said, is acknowledged, but he acknowledged his fault. Sin. He is acquainted with it. He's being advised. And the answer, he's been appointed. He assuredly, my brothers and sisters, is aware of it. He's aware of it. He's certain by saying, it's come from the primitive root to know there, to know. And he knows it. He using a great variety of sense, figuratively, literally, euphemistically, and inferentially, including observation. He carry recognition, causatively, his instruction, by designation, my brothers and sisters. There's a punishment for sin. And so, he acknowledged, he's acquainted, he's aware. In other words, certainly he comprehends. Assuredly, he's aware, my brothers and sisters. He consider. Praise his holy name. And so he's declaring it. And my brothers and sisters, is being diligent in saying it. Praise his holy name. It's like, you have a familiar friend. Something is happening right there. And you see the friend, you acknowledge that's your friend. Okay? You acknowledge that's your friend. You do something wrong, my brothers and sisters, and you get caught in it. You can't say you didn't do it because you get caught. Oh, say, it's not me, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But you acknowledge, you acknowledge. You acknowledge it, my brother and sister. Sometimes we do things and we procrastinate in coming to terms with it, And sometimes it stays in us and it causes, a lot of people get crazy, get mentally ill because of stuff that they've done and, refuse, and it over a period of time, it compounded because you have been doing it. So it's just like some of these politicians we see there, they get caught and they say, no, they didn't do it. And then they start playing the victim, A lot of people do that, and they become skillful in doing it too, and they do it and they go teach others how to do it. And they tell other people, and they understood that what they've done is wrong, but they still don't want to admit it because it makes them look like they're not macho, And you hear people talk about, they have a psychological problem, that need to be solved. They need to get the problem solved. They won't acknowledge their wrongdoing. This is what the court is filled with those kind of people. If they would just acknowledge it, the judge wouldn't have to be working so hard. The prosecutors wouldn't have to be. Just you do it, just acknowledge it and take your punishment. And sometimes it will be easy on them because sometimes the judge will say, okay, you acknowledge it, go. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They won't acknowledge that they've done wrong. Have no respect for doing right. No respect for righteousness. And here David said, for I acknowledge my sin. And then not only that, he acknowledges sin unto Yahuwah and his iniquity. You know what? Sin and iniquity, my brothers and sisters, sin and perversity, all of this kind of evil. Iniquity is all kind, all manner of sin, my brothers and sisters. Grievous things, mischief. He acknowledged all of that. And he said, I will confess. Yada, to throw or to cast off. You know, to throw or to cast off. Yada. Yod, Dalet, and Hey. You know, he said. And that's what he said, to confess. Yada. To throw off, to make confession. My brothers and sisters, when you make a confession, you're going to praise Yahuwah for his forgiveness. You know, you're going to give thanks to him for his forgiveness. You know, you're going, you know, we're going to hold out our hands, praise his holy name, and we're going to thank him. We're going to throw hands of praise to him and thank him for what he has done for us, my brothers and sisters. In forgiving us, and then we revere and we worship, you know, with extended hands, my brothers and sisters. Praise his holy name. Praise his holy name. You know, people say you're wringing the hand, you know, thanking him, just praising him, because we've confessed him, you know, that we have done wrong, and praise his name for his forgiveness, you know. When we confess and we do it from our heart, my brothers and sisters, we're serious about it. He forgives us. He said, I acknowledge my sin unto thee. And he said, and my iniquity have I not hid. You know, and I said, I will confess my transgression. My brothers and sisters, we talk about transgression in the last verse 4 or something. Transgression is pesha here. I mean, you know, pesha. And it is pay, you know, shin and ayin. And my brothers and sisters, the word here, pesha, is transgression. You know, it's transgression. And it's rebellion, it's sin, you know, it's trespass, it's revolt, you know, nationally, morally, or religiously. You know, rebellion, you know, it's trespass. And you know, from a primitive root, you know, through the idea of expansion. Like you have something, my brothers and sisters, you want to get more. You go, you take it. You trespass. You say, no, do not enter here. And you see the sign and you ignore it. Sometimes some of the people, they're so wicked, they pull the sign down so that they can go in and pull it down and throw it in the bushes. I remember when I was in Fresno, I used to go fishing. And I used to go fishing down into this farming area, you know, where they have the water and, you know, and they have a lot of farmlands there. People have farms and they have signs that say, do not trespass. That means don't walk through my land to go fish. And people will take the sign and throw it into the bushes. I remember I was on a bridge. There's a bridge there. You were in trespassing, fishing on the bridge, and the game warders, they call them, you know, game police, for the wildlife, came by, and I saw him stood up there and look around. He knew that there was a sign supposed to be there. He didn't see it, and he walked around inside, and all of a sudden, I'm just standing on the bridge looking down there, and I'm watching the sign down in the bushes where somebody had thrown down and pushed down there. So they could go down the side of the, you know, where the water ways to fish down there. And the man took the sign up, pull it up and bring it up, and then he kind of stuck it back down in the ground. You know, stood there shaking my head because I know somebody had seen it on the air, you know. They trespass, they apostatize, you know. And the same people will quarrel and you know, why they don't want you to do this? This is God's water, and you know, but they revolt because, you know, nobody want to follow, you know, the rules. Nobody wants to follow the rules. But my brothers and sisters, here, rebellion is a sin. Transgression is sin. Trespasses is sin. Revolt, my brothers and sisters, is sin. You know, and so Yahuwah wants us as his children, you know, to stay away from that kind of, you know, style, and, you know, and follow just authority. You know, we don't, in general, that's how the heart is, you know, to go against authority and to do the things that do not bring glory and praise to Yahuwah. Praise his holy name. And my brothers and sisters, Yahuwah wants us to live a life that, you know, will bring glory and praise to his holy name. Yes. And anytime we do something that, you know, as believers, we do something that, you know, is unworthy, you know, Yahuwah's name is not glorified. And we want his name to be glorified in us. Praise his holy name. Praise his holy name. I acknowledge my sin, you know, and he said, and I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgression unto Yahuwah. My brothers and sisters, when we confess, you know, carry away, we take away, you know, to lift, my brothers and sisters, to lift, to take away, you know, as we said before, you know, nun, sin, and aleph, you know, and to accept, to advance, or rise, you know, that's what we do. We acknowledge it, and it takes our sins away, my brothers and sisters. He takes our sins away. Our transgression, he take it away. Praise be to his holy name. He take our transgression away. And here, you know, he said, and he forgave us. He forgave us. And thou forgavest my iniquity, or the iniquity of my sin. Sin is our kind, iniquity is our kind of sin. All kind, mischief, all this stuff, my brothers and sisters. You know, that are negative. That's what iniquity is. You know, and nasa here, or nasa, to lift or to carry, you know, he forgives us, take away. And my brothers and sisters, he takes it away. And all we have to do is accept. The problem is, we have a lot of people who are living their narcissistic, in the psychology, you refer to them as narcissistic people. No care what they do, they're never wrong. They're always right, never make a mistake. Narcissistic people. And so, don't care what you catch them with. Don't care what they do. They play the victim. And always, oh, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing so that you don't have to do it. They don't have to do that to you. They do that to me. I'm standing for you. But with a narcissistic attitude, where they don't accept no wrong, always right. And we know, as a people, we know that's not so. But sometimes we'll back them too. And they continue to be, the reason why they continue in their life like that and to believe that kind of stuff is because people, and so sometimes so-called righteous people are backing them and pushing them forward. And we know in our hearts that it's not right. We know in our hearts it's not right. But my brothers and my sisters, he said, this is what he said, and thou forgivest the iniquity of my sin. You know, kata'a is sin there. And my brother and sister, he is saying that it's sinful thing, kata'a, sinful thing. You know, here it is ket, it is tav, it is aleph, and it is hey, kata'a. Of course, has its vowel notations. But my brother and my sisters is saying here that when we confess, praise be to YAHUAH, he hears our voices and he forgives us. He forgives us, my brother and my sisters. And we you know, like we said, sin, punishment for sin, purification for sin, offering for sin. This is what, my brothers, when he forgives us, he takes our punishment through his son Yahushua. Right? And he purifies us, my brothers and my sisters. His son made an offering for us. You know. And when we talk about our sin, we talk about sometimes sinful, habitual sin, my brothers and sisters, a lot of people commit. And there's penalty for it. But praise YAHUAH for the sacrifice that he made through his son Yahushua. All of us who are offenders and should be punished, you know, for the sin, his son took it for us. Purifies us for our sin. He purifies us when he offers himself and he forgives us. And he makes us clean. My friends, we shouldn't continue in that because he has done forgive us for it. Why we want to continue? Why we want to go back and pick up the things that they say, as far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgression from us. Why do we want to go back to pick that up? Huh? Why do we want to go back? My brothers and my sisters, praise be to YAHUAH for his love and his mercy. Our time is gone. We're going to stop here. And we're going to say, be a blessing to someone today, my brothers and my sisters. And walk with the King. Shalom.